So today, I'm going to try to optimize this page, infrastructure page of my website. Oh, why is old style? Hmm. Why this page still the old one? So in this page, I think it should use to showcase my view infrastructure, hardware, software, platform, and so on. And I need a basic schedule about my workstation, PB62 desktop. Of course, it's a server for me, home server, and it should be a Kubernetes um, list or something like this. It shows the structure of my Kubernetes. Another is Podman. Mhm. But I think I already modified something. But I think today I already tried to modify this page and did some huge modify. Okay, I think this is AI coding's disadvantage because we do not totally control the code base. So something we need just ask AI, not ask myself. And I think this page, it should be have a better structure to show how Kubernetes organized. And so it could be easy to understand. So I don't need to read or try to remember this all of the concepts. I need all the changes from main, not a separate feature branch. We just develop main branch. Okay, help me do it. Oh. And now I want to learn some basic some concept about Kubernetes. Kubernetes is an open source container orchestration engine for automating development, deployment, scaling, management of containerized applications. Okay, so first we need to know some concept. Cluster. For personal, I need cluster. So just skip it. And container, of course, container workloads. Workloads, pause. Services, load balancing, networking. So I think this is another side, dimension of abstract and storage, configuration, security, policies, schedule. Okay, so let's go to next. Oh, we see cluster, the biggest one, node. Cluster, the biggest one, node 1, node 2. For personal, only one node, control plane. Pod, service, control plane, complements. So basically we know that the minimal container is pod, and pod could be service. Okay, I think you should like this. Node, so we don't have multi-node, only one node. I think we could call it main node, controller, cloud controller manager, cluster, node, C group, C group V2, self-healing, containers, container runtime. And Kubernetes supports container runtimes such as containered, CRI/O, workloads. Okay, so it's another level of abstract, another dimension of abstract workloads. Service, abstract. Deployment, replica set, staffer set, daemon set, job, cron job, parts. Okay, so we now let's confirm. Okay, okay, here we go. Infrastructure, we'll code back. Okay, help me switch to main branch. I never need a feature branch, I think. So help me clean other branches if no needed. Okay, we continue our reading. Pods are the smallest deployment unit of computing that you can create and manage in Kubernetes. So pods, so container is the smallest one, I think, and the pods is a group of container. Workload, services. Okay, so I try to find abstract. Is there any image or graphic to show the structure of Kubernetes or the services or the components with a more structured way? Okay, here we go. And okay, here we go with our main branch, and then we can check each branches. Okay. Another one, yeah, okay. Okay. Only May, I think. Okay, here we go. We're back. We go back. Okay, we add a home link on the left of this menu item. Okay, send. I think I need to switch to fast mode because we have enough usage. So I think our infrastructure page about Kubernetes, I don't need to namespace group. It should be simply on a column item, I think. workload. Okay, so nice workload. Good workload namespace. What about services? So keep it simple. We just move namespace to the tables column. And I think we could have a clearer separate. So it should like one table, but it could easy to separate different namespaces, or I don't need. Okay, I think I can use collapse, collab. Age. I don't need. Do I need age? Okay, I need namespace. Okay, sounds good. Okay, I think this is better. But homepage, I think, still ugly. I don't like it, but never mind. Stop here. To optimize infrastructure page, I think is the higher priority. So let me check. It's duplicated. Okay, I don't need it. Remove this one. And check. I don't need it. Remove this. I think I need this description more clear and minimal. Podman. Okay, let it go. Mm, okay, send. For Kubernetes, I think namespace should be a column and not be a group. Okay, I think I need to first modify this namespace to simple column and see if it's more clear. The reason why I want to move namespace from a big group to a simple column, because I think this could make the user interface more simple. So later we can filter and sort by column. I think it looks like more simple. I think later we think we could make this or this clickable. So when click, we can see the details. So I think this is a better idea. But now, okay, hold on. In fact, I don't really use Kubernetes in the real situation. I use it totally with AI. I don't want to see the details, see the YAML configuration or the details. But although I have limited understanding about Kubernetes, but it still works. Next step, I think that I keep update this user interface, and at the same time, I have a deep understanding about Kubernetes, and maybe we add link to each of the um, item, so we can see the details easily. So Kubernetes could be just a simple table. Oh, I think I can refer that Emacs Kubernetes plugin packages. Okay, so something like this is amazing, I think. But I don't want to use Emacs now because um, it only works for me. And my future work, I think that most of the work could be public, such as like this on my website, not hide on my memory or Emacs. But this package user interface could be a better reference. Okay, at the same time, I think I can check if our stream quality is better. Oh, I think today is better. I don't know why. Maybe it just record my computer screen, not a camera. Excellent. Dropped frames. Still not good, but I think it's better than previous live stream. Oh, what we did? Oh, some user interface modify. Oh, this card is ugly, but just ignore it for now. And this menu, I don't like it. So this is my physical machine. This is Podman. This is Kubernetes. Okay, feels better. This is my viewing infrastructure. I think I need to add my router. My router is a good service point node. It serve all the things about my network. And later I may add my Raspberry Pi, my Nano Pi. My Nano Pi, I think it many for experience. Okay. So my PB62, I think later we could add KVM virtual environment support. It's like a virtual platform, minimal. And so it could showcase just like Kubernetes, like, so I don't need to manually see the XML config. That's too bad. So this page could be really strong if I want to optimize it, add more feature. For now, it could be a simple page, simple infrastructure page. If I want, I could separate. But I think it's not if I want, it's if needed. Why this failed? Okay, let me try again. Kubernetes overview. Updated the current namespace to default. Okay, it is default. Unknown namespace default. My Kubernetes namespace. Set namespace. No response. Why? Okay. Let me try the local kube control. Okay, let me try how to use it. Kube control, create, expose, get. Okay, I think it's get. Get pause. Super simple. Okay. So kube control itself don't works. Let's try if it works on PB62 machine. Of course. So hmm? Okay, I'm too lazy to be back. Simple. My MacBook cannot successfully get my PB62's Kubernetes information or called API. Okay, I think it's better. And I think this could be filtered, but I don't want to do it for now. So I think that for Kubernetes table, and I think click something just like a workload item, we could get more details, or click pod icon, more message could show. First, give me suggestions. And by the way, our responsive user interface is bad because and we try to focus on the desktop, I think, and user interface is the second priority, lower priority. And I don't remember what if I used some UI framework or UI library such as ChartCM, and because our website changed too many times, I just don't remember. Okay, so here's the suggestions. Okay, I think not a bad idea. So I think we need first to accept it, and later we can modify the details. Because our philosophy is to first implement, then optimize it. Okay, so do it. Okay. At the same time, we need to debug our why high middle is enough. Help me help me confirm if why my cube control MacBook don't works. It looks like failed to access PB62 Kubernetes API. Poor. Okay, poor. By the way, this is not so poor. For my network, I think it's a good connection for my network because my location. By the way, I think later we could optimize the table. So we could such as namespace. We just need one default. Combine all the cells, send cells. I don't know if it's better, but now I don't want to optimize these details. Okay, so later I think I need the link URL for some of the services, API endpoint. But okay, here we go. Okay, let's check. Config. By the way, I think just modify the configuration, maybe faster. But I try to do not control the details because I want give me my more cognitive, more time to think about high-level things. Also, I'm good at do this if I want, but I don't want to waste time to dig the details. Okay, so cube control get parts. Okay, it works. And we try to it don't works. So cube control overview. Allow. Maybe we need to try again. Overview. Okay. So interesting. Parts, namespace, reduce ready. Yeah. Eh, Parts. So it's not bad. Like this way. I will use my codex or screenshot to reference. But we don't first to use this um, user interface because this optimized for the Emacs, and we use web. It should have more freedom. Okay, refresh all details. Oh, why not display details at the very bottom? I don't want to the details display on the bottom of the table. I want to pop off maybe, or better way you suggest. Cube system. Cube system, I think it by default don't need display. Pod. I think inside the pod should have a container. You can reference this Emacs Kubernetes package. No, why it still display like this? It works, but hard to use. Okay, I think at the same time we could use similarly, we could use Podman um, items clickable. By the way, you think we can search if it's a good user interface could reference for Kubernetes or Podman. Kubernetes UI, the official user interface I think not bad. Yeah. So our website infrastructure about Kubernetes is a simple version about Kubernetes dashboard. Yeah, I like, but I don't want to copy it because it's official dashboard UI still complicated. We just need some um, key information. And direct deploy Kubernetes dashboard user interface and expose to the public is foolish because this UI could direct modify something. Of course, it's foolish. Our PP62 memory usage is 32%. Okay, still accessible and lower load, not high load. And we have some abandoned services, so we need to clean up later. Okay, I think today and we could just modify something like this. Not so productive, but is a good start point, a good start to this stream my work. And my feeling about just live stream my work, my real work, my software work, my website. So I have a cognitive transfer from typing, from keyboard typing to always use voice to explain what I'm doing, why I'm doing, the evidence, symptoms, and it could later be transferred to transcript to read by AI. So it could be a raw text for my blog, for my notes. And I also use voice to control my Codex AI. So this changed everything, changed the workflow. I'm the commander, I'm the manager to think. Okay. So this version is better, but not perfect, but is accessible. Okay, that's today's work. About 1 hour to live stream is a clip of my work. And today we just modify our infrastructure page of my website. So I think is more clearer because I always need to talk to myself. So talk cause a reason. So the infrastructure's plan is more clear. It should be just like a dashboard of my Kubernetes, of my Podman, maybe later for KVM. Um, so that's also great. Okay, goodbye.